found her.
No.
Trust you.
You what?
To go losing her.
Don't you go blaming me. Or Sally.
Why weren't you watching her?
Don't start on me.
It isn't her fault.
It's your fault.
Oh, yeah, my fault. I wasn't even here.
The sooner we get Rosie's description circulated, Mrs. Webster, the sooner she's going to be found.
I'm sorry, what else?
Yellow short-sleeve cardigan, yellow jacket, blue jeans. What was she wearing on her feet?
She had, like, pink jelly shoes on and a white T-shirt with, like, a navy blue trim.
And she's totally unfamiliar with the area. There's no particular place you can think of that she might have headed for?
No.
PC 1537 to all units.
She followed you.
You what?
She saw you drive off and she ran after you.
Don't talk stupid.
One of the neighbours saw her. Didn't think anything about it till I went banging on his door asking if he'd seen her.
I didn't see her.
Well, no, obviously you didn't. You had your mind on other things.
She can't be far.
Not unless she's been picked up.
Yellow jacket, blue jeans, pink jelly shoes, a white T-shirt with a navy blue trim, and apparently she's quite small for her age.
Why does it have to happen to me? Why does something as daft as this have to happen to me?
Oh, God.
This has never happened to Fiona, even if she lived to be 106, or anybody else that I know for that matter. No, but it has to happen to me. Thank you, God.
I'm sorry you walked in, but I didn't know you was going to be dancing, did I?
You said he'd be away for days. You said he'd be away for ages.
He generally does when he goes off on one of his benders.
Of all the people to flash to, you fat Uncle Flipping Fred!
Oh, well, don't be upset. He'll probably forget it ever happened in a few days.
Will he, Al? He'll tell everybody he sees.
No.
He'll tell everybody that goes into the shop. I bet he can't wait.
He won't, honest.
He'll tell everybody that goes into the Rovers. He'll tell everybody that goes into the salon.
No.
I'm just going to be a laughing stock.
If anyone laughs at you, you'll have me to answer to, Maxime Eva.
They're going to be laughing at you as well, Ashley, you prat.
Most children that go missing generally turn up very quickly. It sounds to me like she's just lost her bearings if she's not familiar with the area. But
What?
had you shouted at her at all?
Shouted? No.
I mean, could she just be hiding out somewhere, sulking for any reason? They sometimes do if you've had a few cross words and it can be about something and nothing. It just gives us an idea where to start looking.
You're right, she's probably just lost her bearings somewhere.
She was upset.
Sally!
Oh, yeah, you don't want folk to know, do you?
She had every reason to be upset.
We argued, me and Sally.
That's why she ran after your van.
Well, isn't every day you find out your father's seen another woman, is it?
OK, so she might have gone and holed herself up somewhere, rather than be wandering. That's the point. She had reason to?
Yes.
Where, though?
We'll find her.
I'm coming with you.
It'd be better if you stayed here. Then when we do find her, we can get hold of you straight away.
I bet you can't even start to imagine how much I hate you just now.
Sally.
Get off.
I'm sorry.
So you should be.
I feel awful. We had no idea.
Some things are meant to happen, Ashley. Don't blame yourself.
Are you sure?
There's no like mortality's light tap on the shoulder to focus your mind on what matters and what doesn't.
How do you mean?
You're a good lad, Ashley.
Am I?
I'll tell you something.
What?
It's a sobering thought. Not to have been missed by a soul.
I've already said I thought you was out on one of your sessions.
Don't keep apologising, Ashley. I deserve all I get. I know. I've led a reckless life.
Have you?
More than you know. And now I'm an old man with nothing and nobody.
You've got me, Uncle Fred.
Aye. And you're all I've got. You must hang on to that lass. You deserve a nice lass. You must keep hold of her.
She'll think you go blabbing about what you saw.
Well, it were an eyeful, certainly.
Promise me you won't, Uncle Fred.
I won't.
You won't blab or you won't promise.
I won't blab. I want you to do something for me.
What?
I want you to go and ring Mrs. Allsworth and explain what's happened. And then would you ask her if she'd be kind enough to come and visit?
Can I make you a cup of tea, Kevin?
Oh, thanks.
A coffee then? Or some squash if you prefer something cool?
For God's sake!
Where are you going?
Out! I'm sick of being sat here.
They told us to wait here.
You wait. I'm going looking for her.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not. Mum, will you look after Sophie for me?
Look, it's just as hard for me to be sat here twiddling my thumbs as it is you.
One of us has to be here.
Look, I've got my mobile. Your mum can ring me the second she hears anything.
Why don't you both stay?
Because I'm going mad.
It's what they told you to do.
I don't care what they told me to do. I'm going looking for her.
Well, if
on
you're-
my own.
If you're going, I'm going.
Like hell you are.
Look, you don't suddenly get a monopoly on caring just because of what's happened, you know. Hey, there's my number. Phone us up the second you hear anything, right?
It's down to earth, it's homely, it's perfect.
Well, have you told? I mean, have you asked Mrs. Baldwin?
Not as yet, no. I think she's a bit sensitive, you see, a bit modest. I don't know why. I think she's got a lovely face, don't you?
Well, yes. I mean, she has. But I just wondered if...
What?
Well, like you said, she's a bit sensitive about it, so...
That's why I want you to have a word with her before I do.
Sorry?
Just to see how amenable she'd be to the suggestion. I have a feeling she might be a bit reticent, you see. So you could perhaps give her a bit of encouragement so that when I ask her, she's more likely to say yes. There might be some money in it too, especially at the next stage.
And what is the next stage?
TV! Commercials! You know, those local ones that go after the main adverts. Now, that'd really put us on the map. So if you could just prime her a bit before I pop the question. I'm relying on you.
It was the longest night I've ever spent. 5 o'clock this morning, I were hallucinating. I thought I saw it raining, but it weren't. It were the first stages of hypothermia setting in, apparently. They said so at the hospital.
Oh, well, look, at least you're safe, and that's all that matters. Now, look, I've brought you some grapes. They are a week old, but they're all right. You see, we don't sell many grapes.
I'm partial to a grape, even though they do give me wind.
Oh, I feel terrible for having doubted you.
I deserve everything I get. I were telling lad,
Tell him what?
I've had a very salutary experience. I've had my eyes opened. That's why I asked you round.
Oh.
I've led a selfish, decadent life. I suppose I convinced myself I were having a good time. But I wasn't. Not really. And now I'm reaping the consequences. There's nobody that gives a stuff about me. Not since my Sybil died. Except the lad. But he's not flesh and blood. Well, not my flesh and blood. He's my sister's. And her daft husband's. Between you and me, I never thought you were all there. His dad, he built a car in Thattic. I don't know where he thought you were going to drive it to.
Look, Fred.
Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to marry me.
I wasn't worried.
I want to do something good. That's why I asked you round. I want to do something selfless, something that only you and I know about.
What do you mean?
When I'm on mobile, Maureen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to solicit her.
Why?
Because then, when my time comes, which, let's face it, can't be far now, you'll become a lady of some not inconsiderable means.
But...
No buts, it's decided. When my time comes, Maureen, you'll have everything.
She could be anywhere.
Go back home if you're not happy.
Help if we knew the place a bit better.
Nobody made you come out.
Sal? It's the colour of a cardigan.
It's a plastic bag.
Come on, Sal.
She's dead.
What?
She's dead.
She's not dead.
She is. I can tell. I can feel it.
No!
She is. She is.
find her together, I promise you. You heard what the policewoman said. Most kids what go missing turn up really quickly.
She's been gone for over an hour.
That's nothing. She plays out for longer than that.
I always know where she is.
Oh, Sam. She's not daft. She's not going to do anything stupid. She's not going to get in a car with a stranger and anything because she knows not to. Because you've told her.
I love her too much. I can't stand it.
Come on, Sam.
I don't know what I'd do to myself if anything happened to her.
Come on.
I'd die for her.
I know you would. So would I.
She doesn't deserve this. She deserves a good home.
She's got a good home.
She had a good home.
And I'll go back to the way it was, Sam.
I had such a rotten childhood. My dad was always so handy with his fists and my mum was always shouting and swearing and crying and I didn't want that for them. I wanted it to be perfect. And it was. We were so happy. I thought we were so happy.
Papa.
You spoiled everything. Everything's been spoiled. They were going to be so happy and you ruined it all.
No.
Why didn't you think about that? Why couldn't you think about them?
I know. I've been so thick. So sorry, Sam. I'm more sorry than I know how to tell you. Please. Can we go back to the way we was? For them. For all of us, please. Hello? Elsa?
No way.
But why can't you just think about it?
Because I don't want to.
He set his little heart on it.
Well, you'd just have to go and tell him to set his little heart on something else, won't you?
You'd be doing yourself a big favour.
Curly, be honest. Would you want photos of your face plastered on bus shelters all over the northwest?
Well, I'm not attractive.
Well, I'm not vain enough to think that I am. Particularly. Well, not anymore.
Well, Eric thinks that you've got the right qualities, and I agree with him, in some ways.
Curly, what sort of qualities does a face need to advertise frozen goods?
Friendly, honest, approachable.
That's 1537, please, love.
He did actually imply there might be some money in it for you.
How much?
He didn't say. He was talking about the next stage. Commercials on television. You could be famous.
Oh, Tara, look, I have never, ever wanted to be famous. You're just going to have to go and tell him to target somebody else.
All right. But please, please, think about it.
Rosie, don't have it through with binoculars. Can you see anything?
Rosie!
Rosie!
Is this your mummy and daddy?
Rosie! Rosie! What did you run away for? What were you doing?
I didn't know where it was.
Oh, come here, sweetheart. Hey, do you know how worried we've been? Oh, it's okay, sweetheart. Oh, we missed you.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much.
I'm just glad we found her. I saw her crying on the beach.
Oh.
Bit of trouble at home, is there?
Why, what she said?
Enough.
Yeah, well, thanks anyway.
She's a sweet little girl.
I know.
You want to look after her?
I do. I mean, I will. Thanks.
Come on, let's go back to Granny's.
Come on.
Thank you.
Bye, Rosie.
Hey, Mummy and Daddy aren't going to argue anymore. I promise you. Things are going to go back to normal. We're all going to go home together. All of us. And things are going to go back to the way they were. Ain't that right, Mummy? Hey? Mwah.
Afternoon.
Ah! How's Captain Kirk?
He's very well, thank you. You want to watch that tone, Ken? Sounded suspiciously like sarcasm, and that could only mean one thing, really, couldn't it?
Well, that I'm jealous? No, not at all. I could have been, until I saw him shopping at Furman's and realised he's only human like all the rest of us.
Well, what do you expect him to do? Nip down to Harrods every time he fancies a packet of fish fingers?
Oh, not fish fingers, no, but brandy. I mean, buying brandy at Furman's? That's a bit déclassé, isn't it?
Brandy? Ah, is it? I don't know. What's déclassé?
Common.
Oh, well, that's okay then, because I am common, aren't I? What time did you say you saw him?
This morning, about 11.
Oh, well, you couldn't have done, because he was flying back from Zurich then. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ken said he saw you this morning.
Did he?
Shopping in Furman's. I said he must have been mistaken because you were flying back from Zurich at the time, but he insisted it was you.
No, he's right, it was me. And did he also happen to tell you what I was buying there as well?
A bottle of brandy.
Now, why would he tell you something like that?
It's true, is it?
He's got it in for me, your ex, hasn't he?
Ken didn't know when he said it that you give me a bottle of brandy as a present. Admittedly, he was point scoring when he mentioned it because he thought it was common buying brandy in Furman's. But he didn't know that you told me you got it in Zurich.
OK. I bought the brandy in Furman's and not in Zurich. I swapped rotors with a colleague. I actually flew to Zurich earlier in the day and the turnaround time was a bit shorter. I didn't have time to do any shopping and I didn't want to disappoint you. I am sorry.
I'd rather you didn't lie to me in future, even about something so trivial, because I'm not a little kid.
I didn't want you to feel that I wasn't thinking about you, and that's why I did it. Sorry.
It's okay. Do you think I'm common?
No.
About time, what took you? Oh, it took us ages to get keys. You know I'm slow the op down at council office.
Did you do the shopping?
Oh no, this is Scotch, miss. Hey, don't cheat your dad.
Well, are you opening up then, or what?
You've got keys.
No, you've got the key. It's handy for the rovers anyway.
Other pocket.
These are for you, Mum.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, very nice. Bet she hasn't got me out.
Dad,
What?
happy birthday.
Oh, what's that? Well, if it were going begging.
You thieving gits.
Oh, hi, Janice.
Oh, hello, Mr. Baldwin.
Moving in, are you?
Yeah, This is my lot. Les, have you met Mr. Baldwin?
All right.
This is our Toya. And our Leanne.
Oh, is that
Toya. Oh, Marlo. Meet me your new neighbours.
Hello. Oh, hello, Leanne. I'm Toya.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Have you seen anybody taking out of the back of that van?
No.
Oh, that's funny. I was only in the house 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, pal. Can you use a lift? Just to up that rope from the other side. Cheers, mate.
We had the police here and everything. We're all out looking for you.
I never want to go through anything like today again as long as I live.
And yet your mummy and daddy sick with worry.
Don't go on at her, Mum, she knows.
She looks tired.
I'm not.
Well, you should be. Now, come on, if you finish your tea, you're going to go upstairs and get in the bath. And you're going to get ready for bed.
Are we not going out?
Not tonight.
Come on, you two. I'll see to them. Come on.
Hey, Grandma.
Come on.
Shall I stay here tonight then, or what?
What for?
Come on. Oh, you've got some.
We can all drive home together in the morning.
I don't think so. And how dare you go promising all that on the beach? Everything's going to be back to normal. Everything's going to be like it was before.
Well, it can be, I've told you.
She's going to be all upset now because she thinks everything's back to normal and it isn't. You lied to her.
Well, you can't do that to her, Sal.
Don't try and blackmail me, you pig. I haven't done anything to her. I haven't lied and cheated, that's you.
Look, I want to put things right. Especially after today. Can't we put it all behind us, Sal?
You don't get it, do you? The damage has been done. You can't undo what you've done.
For them. For Rosie and Sophie.
For Rosie and Sophie, you want us to live together? Pretending? No way.
I thought we'd...
You thought wrong.